We're going to jump to the creating a newsletter and see how that goes. A couple things here. This one I had to expand on a little bit because I technically have 3 newsletters, which is fun to manage. But here, a lot of similarities and overlaps, but the tone of voice and the format, like, do we tend to have spicy takes in our newsletters, or do we tend to be more like referencing data or news, things like that? So anything that's specific to what we're talking about, how we want to talk about it, and I think how we want our brand to be interpreted is pretty important. So for context, the productivity paper newsletter ends up being a lot of Notion news and updates, but just also general thoughts on productivity and do these methods still work, or does it make sense to rediscover or retry older productivity methods? In this case, it's highlighting that there are several different newsletters. There's different purposes for each. So I'll add the link to the newsletter instructions guide in the chat. We're going to go back to our newsletter idea. This one is actually something I'm curious about. I think with the added functionality of agents and Notion AI, have started time tracking again and want to write a little bit about the experience of what's worked with time tracking, why time track as a consultant when I'm not billing hourly. We're going to give it a few seconds. Come on, new Jackman. How is this looking? It added it to the prompt. I'm just going to say, add this to this page. But it does look like it at least created a draft, which is good. Although it added some social posts there as well. I don't think I asked for. And then we have it in our newsletter page. Definitely something that we need to keep an eye on is it likes to put in stories or anecdotes sometimes that are not real. Like, apparently I've worked with over 50 VC clients, which is definitely not the case. So we, as always with anything AI, want to make sure that we are reviewing and cutting out any false or incorrect data, and also adding it to the prompt as much as possible. That's one thing that I started doing, just saying, hey, it's actually like 12 clients, or this never happened, or I think you're thinking about something that I wrote for somebody else. So some things to keep in mind there, just in terms of anecdotes,